Representative Jason Smith is being called out for essentially giving away the GOP game plan on the big, beautiful budget bill. And specifically, what they're actually planning to do with Medicaid.
And then you can look at Medicaid cuts, Medicaid reforms, I should say. These are all things that were right in the middle.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
Oh, did I mean reforms? I meant reforms. I didn't cuts. No, that's not what's going on here. Now, of course, that did not go unnoticed online. A lot of people pointed out how that is a Freudian slip. In fact, the most roguish of heels writes, "Oops, indeed, for Republican reforms equals cuts." Yes, Sharon S. said, he said the quiet part out loud. And Stage 4 Tesla writes, "You know what this is? Death by 1,000 reforms." And then finally, SC Social Democrat writes, "The GOP equals the Freudian slip party." Well, that's only when they're talking about what they actually want to do to you. Okay? And they've done this before. The slips are just fantastic. All right? And oh, by the way, another said, no need to try to sugarcoat it anymore. We all know Republicans are destroying Medicaid. Are they, though? Is that fair? Yes. The bill literally calls to cut $880 billion out of Medicaid through various means, by the way. And now, of course, they're claiming, oh, we're just we're going and taking on a waste, fraud, and abuse. Really? Where is it? Where's the waste, fraud, and abuse? Yeah, exactly. Now, what are they doing, though? How are they going to do these cuts? Mainly through imposing work requirements on childless adults aged 19 to 64. Okay. Now, they also would put a stop to the long-standing practice of states levying taxes on health providers to pay for their Medicaid programs and to boost their federal match. Could also penalize states that pay for Medicaid for those who entered the country without authorization. Oh, and codifies changes proposed by the Trump administration to shorten the Affordable Care Act's open enrollment period, among many other provisions to try to cut the cost of Medicaid. Now, the end result, of course, according to the CBO, and this is only a partial analysis, so it could be worse, it would result in about 10.3 million people losing access to Medicaid coverage by 2034 and 7.6 million going uninsured. Wow. A lot of those people who are getting cut off will likely be Trump voters, keeping it real. And that's because in recent years, you had 9 more states, 6 of them being red states, opting in to finally take the Medicaid expansion that was provided by the ACA. That, of course, drove up the numbers of people enrolled, and a lot of that happened over the pandemic. So that means that these congressmen who are looking to cut this, like this guy, they're having a tough time selling the cuts. Yes, because it turns out that Medicaid is actually pretty popular. Even 55% of Republicans, according to a KFF poll, want to keep Medicaid, do not want these cuts. And a vast majority of other Americans, independents, obviously Democrats, do not want this program to be touched. Okay, they don't want the cuts. That is why Republicans are out here claiming that the program is filled with undocumented immigrants that are stealing the benefits. They're stealing the benefits. Is that true? Once again, no. Undocumented immigrants are not eligible for federal benefits. There are states, though, that did opt to expand coverage to include everyone who is poor, regardless of their immigration status. So, theoretically, yes, there are some undocumented immigrants who might be able to get some Medicaid coverage in some states. Is that federal money? No. Those states are actually using their own money to be able to fund those programs because, once again, the federal government does not allow for federal money to be used for undocumented immigrants. So yes, states are taking their own money and using it instead. So now here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that because I don't know. I think that everybody should have health care. I do not care if you are a legal resident or not. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I think health care is a human right. Human right. And I don't know, I think that undocumented immigrants are humans. So, just say it. Just say it. And here's the other thing, too. You realize that undocumented immigrants do pay into taxes, somewhere around $83 billion a year. And it's a mix of state and federal taxes that they pay into. I think for state, they pay about $55 billion into state taxes. So, they're paying into the system. Why not allow them to be able to use it for healthcare? I mean, look, the money they pay into state and federal taxes is actually more than some billionaires end up paying. And I kid you not. So yes, I would rather have these people have, I don't know, healthcare. I would rather everyone have healthcare because I'm not a monster. That said, currently, at least half of all undocumented immigrants do not have any health care, any health insurance at all. That means that if they get sick and they go to the hospital, those costs still end up getting borne by the taxpayer. And it's because hospitals are obligated to treat everyone who comes through their doors, regardless of their immigration status. The alternative, of course, to that is to just make them die in the street. Is that what the right wing wants? You want people to be just dying in the streets because they're undocumented? What the hell, man? But apparently that is what they want because they're trying to gut Medicaid, which right now is a lifeline for tens of millions of people. If you cut it, people will die. Simple as that. They're not going to be able to get care. They're not going to be able to get their medications. That's what they're doing. And by the way, this bill, a lot of what it does is shift the costs onto the states, right? Now, many states, and you might think, well, okay, the states can take care of it then. No, because you have a lot of states that have balanced budget amendments that they have passed, thanks to, of course, right-wingers, right? Now, those states are not able to bear the additional extra costs of Medicaid. Now, in order to try to get around that, these states are going to have to kick people off the program. And I guess that's the ultimate goal here, right? The ultimate goal, kicking more people off of healthcare so also they can do what? I mean, the whole purpose of this big, beautiful bill is to give giant tax cuts to rich people. That's it. To ensure that corporations and wealthy Americans continue to enjoy all the benefits of being in America without actually having to pay as much in taxes. It's ironic because it's kind of the same thing that they accuse undocumented immigrants of doing. Oh, they're coming here, they're taking all the benefits. Well, that's what the corporations are doing. They're here and they're taking the benefits. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.